tumbleweed. As the marijuana burn, we can take our turn singing them dirty rap songs. Stop and hit the ball like Cheech and Chong and sell tapes from here to Hong Kong.
I don't want a Valentine, I just want Valentino. I just want that neck, I poke her face like a casino. Dito, no, I get it in like a free throw. Shorty wants some more, she think I seen her keep the leak. I don't want a Valentine, I just want Valentino. I just want that neck, I poke her face like a casino. Dito, no, I get it in like a free throw.
I know someday it'll all turn around because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day.
I'm out and all the time. I'm out and all the time.
I ain't been getting high, but maybe a little, baby, I don't wanna lie. I know when you text me, girl, I don't always reply. Well, you're not an angel either, you can't even fly. I know this, you think that you know shit. All this shade is coming at me, I'm with double dose it. They can't see the vision, boy, they must be out of focus. That's a real hot album, homie, I wonder who wrote it. Oh shit.
It's like I waited my whole life for this one night. It's gonna be me, you, and the dance floor. 'Cause we only got one night. Double your pleasure, double your fun, and dance forever, 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 forever,
You say yes, I say no. You say stop, but I say go, go, go. Oh no. You say goodbye, I say hello.
I like the view.
You're my best view.
Now I'm shaking, drinking all this coffee. These last few weeks have been exhausting. I'm lost in my imagination, and there's one thing that I need from you. Can you come through? And there's one thing that I need from you. Can you come? I want you all myself. We don't need anyone else. Let our bodies do the talking. Let our shadows paint the wall. I want you here in my arms. Feel hide away in the dark. Stick your hand in my back pocket. Oh, and let your long hair fall. I want you to myself, to myself. Can you come through? And there's one thing I need from you. Can you come?
I fell in love. Same time that you're falling apart. I should've known, but I saw a sign in the stars. But I was wrong. Fucking with you ain't last that long. Now you gone, now you gone, now you gone, girl.
I chime in with a haven't you people ever heard of closing a goddamn door? No, it's much better to face these kinds of things with a sense of poison rationality. I chime in, haven't you people ever heard of closing a goddamn door? No, it's much better to face these kinds of things with a sense of poison rationality.
I need your love. I need you right now. I need you right now.
Brand new Lamborghini, fuck a cop car. Pistol on my hip like I'm a cop. You ever met a real nigga rock star? This ain't no guitar, bitch, this a clock. My God told me to promise you gon' squeeze me. Better let me go the day you need me. Put me on that nigga, get the bus. And if I ain't enough, go get the chop.
I've been fucking hoes and popping pillies, man, I feel just like a rock star. All my brothers got that gas and they always be smoking like a rock star. Fucking with me, call up on no Uzi and show up in them the shot toss. When my homies pull up on your blood, they make that thing go grata-ta-ta. I just wanna be big rock stars and living hilltop bosses, dropping 50 cars. The girls come easy and the drugs come cheap. Hey, hey, I wanna be a rock star.
The city's gonna break my heart. The city's gonna love me and leave me alone. The city's got me chasing such. It's been a couple months since I felt like I'm home. Am I getting closer to knowing where I belong? The city's gonna break my heart. She's always gonna break her heart. Oh.
So, before you go, was there something I could have said to make your heart beat better? If only I'd have known you were the storm, so before you go.
So keep your love locked down, your love locked down, keeping your love locked down, your love locked down. Now keep your love locked down, your love locked down. Now keep your love locked down, you lose.
So, before you go, was there something I could have said to make it all stop hurting? It kills me how your mind can make you feel so worthless.
I'm ready, rain on me. Drop on, please don't love. Rain on me, rain, rain, rain on me, rain, rain. Drop on, please don't love. Rain on me, rain, rain, rain on me.
For all the things my eyes have seen, the best by far is you. If I could fly, then I would know what life looks like from up above and down below. I'll keep you safe, I'll keep you dry. Don't be afraid, Cecilia, I'm the satellite, and you're the sky.
Say, that you only meant well, well, 'cause you did. What you say? What you say? What you say? That it's all for the best, 'cause it is. What you say? What you say? What you say? What did she say?
And you're the sky.
what you got till it's gone. They pay paradise, put up a parking lot. Why not? They pay paradise, they put up a parking lot. Hey, 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 pay paradise, put up a parking lot.
Why you always in the mood? Look around like I'm brand new. I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but try to play cool. Baby, I ain't playing by your rules. Everything look better with a view. Why you always in the mood? Look around like I'm brand new. I ain't gonna tell you what to do, but try to play cool. Baby, I ain't playing by your rules. Everything look better with a view. Why you always in the mood?
Who was on crack?
Cause I'll be with you all night. Cause I'll be with you all night.
What's up? I'm wide awake but never sleep. You know, I close my eyes around you, but it's cool. 'Cause I be looking at you.
It's midnight and I'm wasted, so wasted, I'm wasted. I can't believe I'm calling you up again. I know I might be crazy, so crazy, I'm crazy. I can't believe I'm calling you just to say I'm not okay.
Hold me close and I won't leave. 'Cause it hurts when you hurt somebody. So much to say, but I don't sleep. And I hate that I let you stop me.
I'm not okay. I just got you to say I'm not okay. I just got you to say I'm not okay.
Thinking out loud, I could be broke and keep $1 million out of smile. LOL to the bank, checking my account. Bank tell a flirt after checking my account. Pretty ladies like, yeah, trap a butter on your pussy. Couple buddies on the low, you ain't gotta tell your friend that I eat it in the morning.
I'm not okay.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time, you know. I haven't had a good time in a long time, you know. I'm way up, I feel blessed. Way up, I feel blessed.
There is no one like me. There is no one like me. Like me. Take a second look and you'll see. There is no one like me. There is no one like me. Like me. No one like me.
Way up, I feel blessed. Way up, I feel blessed. Way up, I feel blessed.
If my grandmother had wheels, she would have been a bike.
I feel blessed.
Hate me, still trying to replace me. Chase me, tell me how you hate me. Race me, wish you never dated me. Lies, tell me lies, baby, tell me how you hate me.
Take on me. Take on me. Take me on. Take on me. I'll be gone. solo. I'm riding solo. I'm riding solo, solo.
Oh baby, baby, run, but I'm running to you. You won't see me cry. I'm hiding inside. My heart is in pain, but I'm smiling for you.
Ooh, baby, do you know that's right? Ooh.
Picture perfect, you don't need no filter. Gorgeous, make them drop dead, you a killer. Shower you with all my attention. Yeah, these are my only intentions. Stay in the kitchen, cooking up, cut your own bread. Heart full of equity, all the nurse. Make sure that you don't need no mentions. Yeah, these are my only intentions.
I can do, I see what's on my mind. If I drink, if I smoke, I keep up with the guys. And you see me holding up my middle finger to the world. Like your ribbons and your pearls. Cause I'm not just a pretty girl.
Picture perfect, you don't need no filter.
Cause I'm not just a pretty girl.
Gorgeous, make them drop dead, you a killer.
Cause I'm not just a pretty girl.
I live my day as if it was the last. Live my day as if it was the past. Doing it all night, all summer. Doing it the way I wanna. Now I'ma dance my heart out till the dawn. But I won't be done when morning comes. Doing it all night, all summer. Gonna spend it like no other.
Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday.
There's nothing that if I tell everyone how I made this money, that it's going to affect me in any sort of way.
AMD, if we get a quick little pop above $12, I'm thinking about maybe a quick little short over on AMD. Finger on the trigger to lock in profits when it starts moving back on up. Here we go. Nice job. Let's take it. $979 in profit. Look at this spike, baby. Taking some gains right off the top right here. 124,000.
You just gotta know what you're doing.
200
Every single person can be successful.
dollars in profit.
There's no reason for you not to become a full-time day
Now
trader.
we're currently up
even if you have
$2,100. Let's just keep it going even more. I want every single person. Now we're up $2,500. Now we're going up to $117.40.
It's not like it's a competition. It's if I tell you how I was able to do this, go out, make that money, make a killer, and let's all absolutely crush it together.
Let's go, baby! Let's see this thing keep unfolding even farther here. We're up $1,100 within the first 5 minutes of the day. I'm feeling absolutely fantastic.
Stuff with my friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. We are here, we're back, we're ready to go. It's Tuesday, ready to be slicing and dicing. Traders, 9:11 a.m. We got 19 minutes until the market opens on up. We got a lot to talk about, a lot to go over. I don't care if that's penny stocks. I don't care if that's the S&P 500. I don't care if that's an options trade. There are a lot of things that we have to talk about today. I am dialed in on this day, ready to go, ready to make some big time cash. Smash that thumbs on up if you guys haven't yet. Get prepared to make some money and get the energy up high. It's a big day ahead. It's a very big day ahead. All right, so what do we actually have on this day? Let's turn off the music. Claire, turn it down a bit. So what we have at this moment, traders, talking about this entire day, we have a few plays that are already standing on out. If that is INM, currently up 400% on the day. If that's TGL, up 182% on the day. If that's, again, the S&P 500 getting prepared to possibly run all the way back up to record highs, we need to break it all on down. We got to make sure every single person understands what's happening. So let's head on over to our Foxrunner news scanner and let's, again, get ourselves prepared on this day. So we're always just going to click news alerts and get the answers on what we're looking for on this morning. So the first thing that we're going to talk about right here and right now is going to be the number one top gainer on the day, which is INM. Let's talk about why this is the number one top gainer and how you guys could be able to trade this. So it says right here, it says INM has a 267% spiker under $1. It's all the way up towards like 400% now, but it says pharmaceutical success. So it says InMed Pharmaceuticals demonstrates INM's 901 as an oral formulation targeting Alzheimer's disease. So high bioavailability of INM 901 oral formulation provides similar drug concentration levels in the brain for IP injections. So basically what we have here, team, is we have this brand new press release. What leads to breakouts? Breakouts come from press releases. Press releases are going to be updates in a company. If a brand new update comes on out showing that, hey, every single person wants to get involved in this play, boom, you're going to get a very nice spike. So let's think about why this stock is spiking. It says INM became public in 2020. And since its IPO, the stock has never found success. For the past 4 years, the chart has been downtrending year over year, making it extremely cheap and not wanted by most investors. So if we actually go over to INM right here, let's try this on out. Let's go back over to a monthly chart. Over the past 4 years of INM, has anyone ever actually liked this play? The answer is no. No one likes INM. INM's not really a stock that people want to get involved in. INM's not really a stock that people like to trade. INM is a play that people say, oh yeah, every single month it goes lower and lower and lower. So what's happening here? Well, right now, we are seeing coming out, we have this brand new catalyst, this brand new news showing demonstrates and treatment, making investors saying, hey, did we just come out with a positive pharmaceutical trial? Are we again now being able to buy cheap shares, hoping that the company runs with momentum? We have a company that is oversold. We have a company that no one really likes. We have a company that everyone kind of threw out into the garbage, says it's not going to do anything. And then we just came out with a good press release. So guess what's happening? Investors are running in saying, hey, let's hope that maybe this runs up before momentum. I'll take the chance on it. I'll take the shot on it. That's basically what people are thinking. So if INM truly does have success with its upcoming treatments, this would be an amazing dip buy, 4-year low on an oversold stock under $1. I mean, it makes sense. Now it says INM will have strong resistance at 60 cents, 80 cents, and $1. The stock has a lot of momentum at this time. But as we always state, understand these penny stocks run more based off hype than actual fundamentals. Most investors lose if they look to buy and hold over time. Take profits quickly on a stock like INM, which is already up 260%. So the thing is, on INM traders, we know that this is a penny stock spike still. While it does have good news, while it is near 4-year lows, while people again threw it out to the garbage before, we do want to understand that this is a penny stock spike. And if you are a person that's going to buy it and try to hold it long term, you're most likely not going to be successful. This is a day trade. It's a play that people are going to jump in today, try to make as much money as they can, and most likely again sell the play all the way on off. So INM breaking it on down. 261% gain, strong credible news, 60 cent resistance followed by 80 cent resistance followed by $1. 12 million float, 40 cent support right here. So if we take a look over on INM, what did we have right here? INM spiked on up. Right, INM, the play was right at 60 cents before when it was over on Foxrunner, ran up to 60 cents, got rejected at 60 cents. Then it ran on up even higher, broke through 80 cents and came up right next to $1. So basically, we came on up, dropped on down, spiked on up, came up towards around $1, came back on down, bounced off 60 cents, and now having trouble at that 80-cent mark. So it is, again, what do we have? 60-cent resistance, smashed on through that, ran up towards, again, $1, came back on down, hit 80 cents and fell, hit 80 cents and fall, 60 cents as support. So basically what we do have at this moment, traders, is we have 60 cents, which is old resistance, holding up as current support. We have our main resistance line of 80 cents, and we have our top target that we're still looking to break out of $1. So INM support, resistance, top target to break out of $1. INM does have good credible news. INM, here are your guidelines. Look to, again, enter at 60 cents. Look to do shorts at 80 cents. And if it breaks 80 cents, watch that $1 target. This stock does have news, does have credibility. We understand why the stock is spiking. And now moving forward, we can go ahead and trade with confidence. That's what we want to be looking at over on these plays. So, other than that, what else is there? What's the number 2 top gainer on the day? Let's see here. Number 2 top gainer on the day is TGL. Well, what's going on with TGL this morning? This is a stock that started spiking at 4 a.m. this morning over on TGL. Hasn't really done anything over the past 2 years. Go back to a daily chart here. And let's see what TGL maybe has in store for us. So right here, again, just scroll on down in the news alerts tab, TGL. TGL used to be the number 1 top gainer this morning. It said TGL is up 200%, but investors wonder why. At this time, TGL is up 200% in the morning, making it the number 1 top gainer in the entire stock market, or was until INM came along. But investors have different conclusions as to why it's up so high. Number 1, there was an S1 filing. So TGL released that it had an S1 registration statement, but this was 3 days ago. This was over last Friday. So if this was the cause of the spike, shouldn't TGL spiked on Friday? This is the latest news. So again, low float. TGL has currently under 1 million in float. The lower the float, the easier a spike can develop. Float is simply put as the supply of shares available to the public. A low float plus big volume equals price increase. In other terms, we have a low supply plus high demand equals price increase. So are we spiking because we had an S1 filing that came out on Friday? That doesn't really make sense. Are we spiking because the stock has a low float and maybe has some momentum? Well, absolutely. When you have only 1 million in float, when a stock starts getting some hype, we know that a low supply plus a high demand is going to bring in this increase. But at the same time, it's not really telling us why, again, we are getting this increase. Or is it just other or miscellaneous reason? When stocks are less than $1, sometimes it could easily be manipulated through large purchase orders, social media, chat rooms, etc., etc. So, what it really comes on down to today on TGL is when taking a look at TGL today, we suggest waiting for higher lows to form. This will bring in confidence to investors on wanting to purchase shares. As of now, we really only have one spike at 4 a.m. Eastern time and a slow fade since. If you're interested in this play, wait for an uptrend to develop first. So we did have a number 1 top gainer, $2 current resistance with 219 as the 50-day moving average, slow downtrend, 112 in float, $1 bottom support. Let's go ahead and take a look over on this play. What we have over on this play is we do have TGL still on a nice downtrend. TGL is still, it's starting to break that downtrend slightly. So TGL did have a downtrend and was just basically downtrending. Remember, we don't have any credible news here. So we need some sort of reason or something to happen on TGL to bring in confidence over on this play. So TGL needs confidence. TGL needs, again, people to say, okay, hey, this play definitely has potential towards it, and it's actually going to be strong. It's not just going to be a spike and just fade all the way back on down. So TGL did have a spike for, again, we don't know what reason, did dump, spiked on up, did dump, and now trying to get a little bit of spike. Let's see if it dumps on down. If you want to actual trade TGL, it's a risky play because there's no credible reason we have. We really want to be able to see some sort of reason on why the stock is spiking and actually having continuation towards the upside. So, what else do we have here? AUD, that one basically came back on down, but AUD did have AI news this morning. So AUD, just a little heads on up team, you guys could see this one basically just spiked on up and then came right back on down. And the reason why this one spiked on up is it did launch with new AI functionality. And this is just basically saying over the past 2 years, investors have focused on artificial intelligence and investing in any company that has to do with AI. The reason behind this is because the massive gains, which came from NVIDIA and SMC, SMCI. So we know again, NVIDIA and SMCI has had a huge hype, and that's just, the AI hype, the AI train, the AI trend, whatever you want to call it. But the thing is, AI is slowly starting to fade down a little bit with its hype and momentum. So the thing that I want you guys to be aware of is, not all AIs are going to spike and hold their gains very well anymore. So let's go over and talk about the S&P 500, because to be honest here, team, we talked about INM. We have our, again, bounce plays. We have our resistance. We have our target. We talked about TGL, which is number 2 top gainer in the market. We talked about its lack of reasoning, its lack of credibility, seeing if this play is going to move on up. So let's talk about the big dog here today. Let's talk about the S&P 500 at this moment and see what the S&P 500 may be doing for us, because this is going to bring in some attention. It says S&P 500, here comes record highs once again. The S&P 500 is $5 away from a brand new record high. What a recovery. It says, the momentum keeps building in the markets. The S&P 500 climbed 0.97% in trading on Monday, while the NASDAQ composite jumped 1.39%. Both indexes marked their 8th straight winning day, a first of 2024. The Dow Jones Industrial Average, meanwhile, added 236.77 points. The volatility that started the month has come down, with the CBOE volatility index now at 14.7 after topping 65 during the sell-off on August 5th. The major averages have bounced back amid dramatic fall in market volatility from the start of the month. The CBOE volatility index, the VIX, is now around 15 after topping 65 on August 5th. So for anyone who does not know, the VIX is basically a fear gauge. It was at 65, showing us massive fear. Now we're at 15, which is basically no fear. The day the S&P 500 posted its worst session since 2022 amid a global market sell-off. Strong retail sales data and soft inflation report issued last week have helped soothe with investors. Now again, we're getting ready for Jerome Powell to give remarks on Friday at the Jackson Hole, Wyoming Fed's meeting. So basically, team, for anyone that just needs a little bit of a recap, basically what has happened over the past month is the S&P 500 fell 8% in the matter of about 3 weeks. We had a massive sell-off, the biggest drop in 2024. Then 2 weeks later, the S&P 500 is all the way back on up, making back nearly 8%. We took about 15 days to fall, and it's taken 10 days to spike and give everything right back up to where we started. So there's no killing the S&P 500. It says right here, team, key points on the S&P 500. The record high is 565.16. Our current price is 559.81. Okay, so we're about, $5.40 away from a brand new record high. We have a 62 on the RSI. 70 is overbought, so we're not overbought yet, but we're getting closer. Strong 561 resistance, possible reversal here. Jerome Powell speaks on Friday. That's the Jackson Hole, Wyoming meeting. So let's see what we have. It says today is a very important day on the S&P 500. After recovering $50 in the past 2.5 weeks, all investors are asking themselves the same question. When will the next reversal be? Let's think about this one. On one side, you can buy after a $50 spike and hope that momentum continues on the record high. So if you want to, you could buy it and hope that we keep going on up. Or on the other hand, you could look to do puts knowing that the record high will be very strong resistance. So it really comes on down to right now, what do you guys think is better? Do you guys think it's better to buy and run up to the record high? Or do you guys think it's better to say, hey, Dek, the closer we get to the record high, the stronger resistance is going to be. There has to be a red day here soon. So is there a correct answer behind this? Unfortunately, no one can predict the future, but what we can do is place odds in our favor. The closer you get to the record high, the better chance we have of seeing a reversal. This means the closer we get to 565, expect to see sellers move in and less buyers. Today's a day that our analysts are looking for a morning spike above 561 before a pullback. Jerome Powell speaks on Friday, and that will be the next main move in the market. Strong action up or down. We believe today will be the high until Friday's news. Okay, so traders, what we have here today is we are still expecting a little bit of a spike. You guys can see 561 top resistance still has room to run. We know again Jerome Powell speaks on Friday, which will be a massive moving day. That's going to be in 3 days from now. But again, there could still be a little bit more towards the upside today. There definitely could still be a little bit more hype. There definitely could still be a little bit more momentum. When we take a look over on the SPY, the S&P 500, what I am expecting is a morning pullback, and then I'm expecting calls back on up above 560. I do. I think we're going to have a morning pullback. Then I think we're going to have calls back above that 561 mark today. I think today will be, again, one of the last days, just like Fox Runner is saying, as, again, we move up towards, again, 561, 562. We will have strong resistance and a drop back on down from there. So I am thinking morning drop to, again, morning pop, to kind of like, late morning pop. That's kind of like my idea going into today. And really the big thing that you guys can see right here is this 30-minute time frame. Look at this, guys. Bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play. Take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Let's try to replicate this. Let's go over here. Let's type in, let's just go to a 30-minute. Let's, again, make this real big. Let's grab some of these dots and let's, again, connect them all. And let's just see, where is the dip buy? The dip buy at this moment, if we want to connect everything and be as good as we can, is going to be back on down towards around that 558 mark. So if you guys actually take a look right here, you guys can see the S&P 500 bouncing, 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 bouncing. So this is going to give us a great game plan on today, isn't it? Right? When we take a look right now on the S&P 500, we could see that the S&P 500 is showing us the last 10 days on this move, and we are getting these consistent bounce plays every time we come up to this uptrend. So if we fall on down to the price of 558, that's going to be a great area for a dip buy. So the way that you can trade this today is watch for puts at the bell, or maybe we run up to 560, then we get puts, fall back down to 558, watch for possible call contracts. At the trend line, call contract, bounce back on up, or if we crack it, we go a little bit lower and possibly sell off the trend line that we've been holding. But the big sell-off will happen when the trend line cracks. The dip buy will happen whenever we get bounce plays off this area. So it looks like we're going to fall down to the trend line. Then if we bounce off of it, do calls. If we crack underneath it, do puts, right? That's basically the answer that we have over on the S&P 500 today. So anything else that we're really missing at this time? Anything else that we really need to be on top of? Anything else that we need to be aware of? Market opens on up here, team, in about 2 minutes. So I just want to get myself all prepared on this day. Make sure I'm not missing anything whatsoever. And it should be at this time, yeah, AUD, PFRX. There was not any sort of other news. So again, we are just kind of sitting back at this moment. Let's get ourselves prepared and ready to rock. Turning on my main scanners on the day here. So we're all ready to rock and roll. Put an SPX chart over on the bottom just so I could see again that current price. So I'm all set, ready to rock and roll. Market does open on up in about 1 minute. Guys, we are coming on down here. I am looking for a little bit of a pop, then puts down to the trend line, bounce off the trend line, move back on up. That would be the goal of this morning on the S&P 500. So we can take a look over on the SPY. We are already getting a little bit weaker. Market opens on up here in about 30 seconds. As you guys know, I like trading again SPX. I would start on off with probably tomorrow's expiration date. We are going to be opening up near, again, the same price that we closed at. It's going to be SPX, probably, again, 5,555. Put contracts, market order. 2 contracts getting ready to go when this market opens on up in the next 10 seconds and see if, again, I could be able to make some nice money, make some nice cash. SPY looking for a little bit of a pop on up, then get a little bit of reversal. So let's get ourselves prepared. Let's get ourselves ready to rock and roll. Market is now live at this time. 9:30. You guys can see all my entries, exits, my contracts, so there's no confusion whatsoever at all. But at SPY getting a little bit of a pop. Let's also again throw on the VWAP indicator. VWAP indicator giving us a heads on up where we may turn at right near that 559.50-ish mark. Going to give us a great little idea on where again we might be turning at over on this. I want to go settings, switch this on over. Period day. No, I want a 1 minute chart. There we go. 1 minute chart, 5,604. So we actually have a little bit, or 5,000, yeah, 605, 5,600. I'm actually thinking, you know, when we spike back up towards that VWAP area, 559.50, go ahead and do my first little put contracts. See if this one starts getting a little bit of that weakness and then starts dropping ourselves back on down. So a little bit of a pop. Traders, I'm going to go in on my first put contracts on the day over on SPX as we come up to the VWAP, looking for that drop and that fade down to that 30-minute time frame as we talked about before. That is going to be my target. That is going to be my goal. I think we will have strong resistance up near around this VWAP area, right around 559.60, 559.70. Going to add contracts as we get closer towards those areas, and basically, again, look to be able to add as we come up towards around these tops. So getting a little bit more contracts over on this play at this time, over on the put side, looking for, again, that reversal. So I'm doing 3 contracts at this moment. And remember, guys, my main idea here, just so there's no confusion, is switch on over to a 30-minute time frame. You can go into a large chart right here. We know we have top resistance up near around that 561 mark, but really my ultimate goal is going to be dropping back on down towards low 558s. 558s, you guys can see bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, getting filled right here, looking for a drop back on down towards low 558s is going to be my ultimate goal and my ultimate target. Okay? So that is basically the entire game plan. I just don't want there to be any sort of confusion. I always like to explain my trades and explain my thought process so every single person can say, okay, hey, win or lose, I at least understand what Deck's looking at. Win or lose, I understand what Deck's focusing on. I understand, what he was thinking out of this play. So that's, what I'm currently doing over on the SPY at this time, seeing if this one is going to be able to drop and be able to reverse. Deck, where would a stop loss be on this play? If this stock started probably breaking 559.80, I'd probably start getting out there. I might add one more time though, up towards around like 559.70-ish or so. But if this one ever did start going on up closer towards, 550, 560, then yes, I would get on, move on from it. I am looking to be able to see this VWAP hold on up, see a reversal, and get a nice, $1.50 drop back on down towards around 558. Start putting myself up in the profits. So far, I did put myself in a $4,400 investment within the first minute on the day. And again, looking for this one to be able to get its first reversal. Reversal at the VWAP, fall back down towards around 558, looking for a drop and a nice fade. Should be able to make, $800 plus. That is going to be the ultimate game plan on this day. Just want to explain it all so that you guys are all good. So watching this, seeing where this is going to be going next. First trade on the day here. INM currently sitting at 63 cents. TGL did get halted. Little heads on up for you guys. TGL, that was the number 2 top gainer on the day today. Again, the stock that did not have any sort of news or credibility or good, strong reasoning. So TGL, just a little heads up for you guys. This was the play that did not have any sort of news or good, strong, credible reasoning, but did just get halted right at the start over on TGL. Just kind of keep that on your back burner right there. S&P 500 still watching this. We do have 1 touch of the VWAP, 2 touch of the VWAP, looking to see if we are going to hit that VWAP, get rejected, fade back on down, and actually get some weakness over on this play. Be able to see a nice little fade, be able to get a nice little drop, and actually be able to see this thing start turning is going to be the ultimate goal. Right now, though, we did just have 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch. Now, again, I want to wait until this thing falls back underneath. Falls back underneath the VWAP if I want to add on it. If we start breaking the VWAP and we start moving ourselves on up, I am not going to hold and hope. If this thing goes on up towards, again, 560, I'm not going to hold and hope. I have a game plan, got to stick to the game plan and be able to, again, continue to ride that game plan on out. You guys can see VWAP area, 559.70. So on the 5-minute time frame right here, it's 559.70 is that VWAP mark. You can see where it says VWAP right here on the top of the chart. Put it right at the current price. A 559.70 is that area. So what I would like to see, as I said before, is the touch and the drop. Touch and the drop. So I really want to see this area be able to fade and fall back on down. I'm not going to allow myself to lose any more than probably $450 on the day. Sometimes I have a price target where I say I don't allow I'm not going to allow it to go above this price. And then sometimes I have a stop loss number, as in, hey Deck, you know what? You don't want to allow yourself to go down $400 plus. You don't want to allow yourself to go down, $5 or $1,000 or $2,000. If I am again down more than $400, that's where you say, hey, you know what? Time to move on. Time to again get past on this play and look for a different direction, look for a different idea. So I sometimes, again, don't even look at the chart. Look at, again, the P&L. Some people, again, have 2 different strategies. Number 1, never look at the P&L. Only trade the chart. Some people say, hey, I'm going to look at the P&L, and once I'm at a certain threshold that I don't want to go through anymore, that's when I'll take a step back. So I am looking to see, can this play be able to get this reversal and be able to fade back on down? We're right next to that top area. We're looking for that drop on down. This is, again, I'm in at the price of what? 559.40-ish? 559.45? That's where I'm in at. And I'm looking for that little bit of that fade. fall back underneath that 559.50 mark. We got up to a high of the day of 559.80 so far. Have again a sell order all set. You know, all I got to do is click the yes button and 100% I'm out. I don't want to let any sort of loss get carried away. I explained my reason, explained my trade, explained again where my stop loss was going to be, where I have a certain threshold, and I'm willing to again allow that threshold to hit, but I'm not going to again go down $2,000 in my first trade of the day. That's just not worth it. Going down $2,000, $3,000 on the first trade of the day, just not even worth it. You can always again be able to get a better trade coming up in the future. So the thing is, we are looking for the S&P 500 to be able to reverse. We do have a $300 loss at this moment, and we are going to see if we can be able to get that nice fade. So right now, traders, looking to see, are we going to hit that VWAP, fade back on down, start going back underneath that 559.50. Once we're underneath 559.50, that's where I start feeling good. Remember, my entry is at 559.40. So at this moment, I'm down about 30 cents. Is that really that big? The answer is no. On a play that is $559 that's been moving, again, day after day after day after day. And again, I'm asking myself, and I'm saying, hey, Dek, I think we have great opportunity to be able to hit this 30-minute time frame on a dip buy back down to 558. That's it. I'm looking at, again, 558, looking for a dip buy after having bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, and again, fading on down. That's all I'm looking for over on this. We are coming up to my threshold. Threshold's about to be hit right here, team, and it looks like right now, 2 seconds, almost there. I was just about to get out of that stock. Just was about to get out of that play here, team. Still, again, holding here, though. Want to see if we can fade back underneath that VWAP area. Again, just so that you guys can all see it. Let me make this chart a little bit larger. Let me make this chart a little bit bigger here. You guys can see the idea that I have. So right now, I'm still in on this play. Down again $170. Looking for a drop back underneath 559.50. If, again, we stay underneath that, VWAP area, I am, again, still holding strong over on this play. Right now, S&P 500 still, again, same play, same idea, same stock, same everything right now. Still 410 coming on up to the same area, traders. Always got my finger on the trigger. Again, it's not even like $300 is going to be a massive loss in any sort of way, but I don't want to get myself behind on the day, right? I want to get myself a nice win. I want to get myself a nice gain. I want to get myself a nice profit. I don't always want to average in if it keeps going higher and higher and higher and higher. That's not the right way to trade. I gave you guys my thought process. I gave you guys my idea. I gave you guys again my basically my entire plan, and now it just comes on down to, is it going to work or not? But underneath the price of $359.50 is where I feel good. High of the day so far, $559.89. Can we get a nice little fade? Can we get a nice little drop back on down to sub $559? So far, the S&P 500 really hasn't done anything. If we take a look over on a 1 minute time frame, what have we done so far? 1 minute time frame, S&P 500 spiked on up here, came on back on down, spiked on up, came back on down. We did again hit the VWAP, hit the VWAP fade, hit the VWAP, or bounce off the VWAP, bounce off the VWAP. We need to go back underneath this VWAP area for me to get myself into profit. Get myself back underneath the VWAP area, get myself back into the bearish territory, and that's where I will be in profit. The S&P 500 here, traders. Still giving it a little bit of time, giving it a little bit of a chance. We have gone from, what was the low of the day? 559.14. So far in the day, we are currently up about 60 cents. Right now, I want to see, can we get that crack back underneath the VWAP, or are we going to stay alive here? Underneath the VWAP is where I'm probably going to even add on. I would love to be able to crack underneath the VWAP, add on, make this a little bit of a bigger trade, a $10,000 trade or so. Right now, we are still at the VWAP, guys. Coming up to my threshold, guys. I'm hitting my threshold, and I'm out. Guys, threshold has been hit, 100% out, not going to hold and hope. So, have a stop loss, be willing to move on. Dek, I like the idea, didn't work out, move on, take my hit, and again, figure out a better play. So let's see what else we have here. INM at this time. INM is coming on down towards 60 cents. Play right here. Top resistance, faded on down. Got a nice big breakout, ran on up towards $96, then fell back down to 60 cents. Spiked on up to 80 cents, fell back down to 60 cents. Little heads up for every single trader right here that INM at this moment. Bounce play, bounce play, bounce play. Now it is hitting that 60-cent mark. Underneath 60 cents, you have room to fall. Back above 60 cents, stock is going to be holding its gains. So you guys can see top resistance, U-shape, get a nice breakout. Bounce play, bounce play, bounce play. Starting to get a little weaker right now, though, underneath this mark. So far, INM, little bit of a crack at this time. And so far, S&P 500 still pushing its way on up. I'm happy with my game plan. Deck, is there anything that you did wrong on that trade? I'm going to be honest with you. You guys know I'm always blunt. You guys know I'm always honest. I know I'm always very transparent. I don't think I did one thing wrong on that trade. You could always say, oh yeah, but you lost, right? Sure, you could say that. But the thing is, I saw the S&P 500 turning. We had a bounce play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times on it, looking for a drop on down, then a bounce back up towards around 560. On top of that, again, I got in with 1, 2, 3 contracts and had a stop loss. There's nothing wrong I did on that play. Stuck to my stop loss, stuck to my idea, stuck to my game plan. Again, play just didn't work out. Sometimes that happens in stock trading. But again, is there anything I can criticize about myself on that trade? Not at all. Had a stop loss, had again a right idea, look for a drop. I'm happy with that. I'll take that 10 out of 10 times. You know, that's a trade I'll take. Now, there are many times that I don't follow my stop loss. There are times that I do keep on holding and keep on averaging in and keep on looking for it to reverse. We didn't go through that. We didn't have to do that. We had a stop loss. We move on. Now, again, we keep things small so that we can go ahead and look for our next big trade. So just trying to keep everything the best I possibly can. TTNP, what was the stock, what was this, like 2 days ago, that's setting itself in a mid-candle breakout pattern right now. It started with a C. What was the top gainer, guys, like 3 days ago that, you know, we were like, watch this for a mid-candle breakout pattern? Could that one turn into something here today? I want to try to find it. It was CING. CING here. Is this one getting a little bit of hype? Oh, that one kind of dumped too low on down. So again, if you guys take a look over on the daily chart, CING here, team, it does have that mid-candle breakout setup where we have that nice spike dropping on down to mid-candle, but it just gapped on down way too low. It's not holding the mid-candle. Basically, give back all of its gains. So unfortunately, there is no, you know, nothing here. So right now, team, we are obviously staying alert. We are watching and waiting, kind of seeing what this is going to do. Where, again, we're going to get that momentum towards next. The S&P 500 at this time, still sitting right up near around these top areas. Penny stock-wise, we do have TGL still trying to push on up a little bit. Guys, TGL trying to get a little action, but please be aware, I know you look at TGL right now. You see TGL, excuse me, on the high of the day momentum scanner. You see TGL going and pushing on up 70 cents. What's the main issue? Main issue is 50-day moving average is right now at 213, 210. So TGL is halted at its 50-day moving average. That is something that's kind of dangerous. That is something that's a little scary. That's something that's a little bit, you know, I would be careful if I were you. When you guys take a look over on TGL and you're saying, yes, I'm going to buy in on this play. TGL, traders, what did we learn about this play this morning? Well, again, this was a stock that this morning had no news. TGL is up 200%, but investors wonder why. Is it from an S1 filing last week? Is it just because it's a low float spiker? Is there some sort of miscellaneous reason? So again, TGL, it's a play that I definitely think has potential, but at the same time, it's dangerous. You have the 50-day moving average at 210, 213, where it's exactly halted at right now. And if this play does not get that pop in that next leg, there's going to be a lot of room just for this to be able to fade and fall right back on down. So please be careful over on this one if you guys are interested on it today. TGL halted still at this time. You guys can take a look at it. Still watching the SPY. SPY again, still trying to get a little push. Again, happy I set a stop loss. Be willing to get out of the play. Not willing to, again, take any sort of unnecessary losses. Also, a little heads on up, as you guys know right now. Kush is absolutely crushing it over in the summer boot camp. I know, again, so many people, you know, are over in the summer boot camp at this time. Last week, you guys had me going over everything I know on stock trading, from shorting to penny stocks to breakouts to how to find news, all the way until option trades. Then again, AK-47 went over his thing, but AK-47 is now done. Now again, it is Kush's turn. Today, tomorrow, and Thursday, Kush is going live, and then Zach Hopper over on Friday teaching you more about options and again, how to read option prices, how to figure out and calculate what they're worth, things along those areas. So the thing is, Kush is going over futures trading right now. Zach is going to go over options and price action and options flow and all that good stuff. So the thing is, team, we are moving along the summer bootcamp schedule. Remember, guys, if you have a 6-month, 12-month, or lifetime membership, you have access to the bootcamp. If you guys want to, you can upgrade your membership right now. We will send you the previous days so that you guys do not miss out on anything, and you can join Kush right now over in the summer bootcamp. It is 100% private. It is not available to the public. You have to be a 6-month, 12-month, or lifetime member to have access to the summer bootcamp. Right now, SPY. We are still watching this one at this moment. Looking to see where this play is going to be heading towards next. SPY broke through the VWAP, still holding its gains. Dek, how high can it get up to? The best way to figure out how high the S&P 500 can get up to is number one, just take a look at the record highs, 565. But is there any other strong force, let's say, before that? Right? Is there any sort of big, strong force before that we would say, all right, hey, you know what? This would definitely be some trouble. Let's take a look. Well, the best thing to do is, here's 565. That's 565. Now, is there anything else? Let's see here. There's 565 right here. Now, let's also just put that in a black line. Now, let's go at 560. 560, let's put this at the current price. Current price is 560. Where is the main line of resistance that seems like it's going to have the most trouble? It looks like to me it's going to be right around 563.50. 563.50, top line, pullback. 563.50, top line, pullback. 563.50 did spike up a little bit higher, but it is the top of the candles, pullback. So if I had to guess what's a good realistic area on where the S&P 500 might get its first big turn, I would probably say 563.50 as your next main target. So 563.50, next main target, definitely an area that you guys would want to be focusing on and looking at. Now, if the S&P 500 starts fading and falling and goes back underneath the VWAP, well, we do want to still keep our eyes peeled on the ultimate trend line that we have room to fall back on down towards 558. 558 is, again, the next bounce play. So, again, bounce play, well, you guys will be all set, ready to go. So right here, traders, still watching. Yesterday, ALZN, wasn't AZLN the number one top gainer yesterday? Oh, got to refresh trade ideas real quick. Every now and then, I don't know if it happens for anyone else, but every now and then trade ideas just goes like blank like this. I have to restart it like 3 times a day. It's a little bit annoying, to be honest. And donk a shame. Oh, donk a shame. Feelings for all the joy and pain. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Traders, putting this back on up right here. Let's see. ALZN, I believe it was. ALZN, man, this thing just gave everything back. Sometimes, again, previous top gainers are going to be able to continue to spike on up. ALZN went on a spike. And look, it gave everything on back yesterday. This was a play yesterday that went from $2 and spiked all the way up to $15. It's pretty nuts to be thinking about. $2 to $15. That is pretty crazy. So I want to make sure every single trader is aware of that. I want to make sure every single trader is on top of that. ALZN, high watch and high alert. TGL now halted on the downside. Guys, why is it getting halted on the downside? I mean, we went over this as well. 50-day moving average. 50-day moving average. So far, no penny stock spike that's worth it. Other than pre-market. INM had a big spike in pre-market. Guess what? It's now fading on down. TGL, guess what? This stock had a big spike in pre-market, but guess what? It's now getting halted on the downside. You must be careful at this moment. TTNP went on a spike, now starting to fall back on down over on this side. No penny stock is spiking and actually holding its gains at this moment. No penny stock is spiking and actually holding on up at this time. You guys have to stay smart here, no forcing. Silverback, good morning, Bucks. Just curious, what made you enter so quickly over on the SPY? Silverback, if you were not here, no worries, buddy. I explained it all. The S&P 500, what I was seeing was this. I was seeing, let me go back over to about a 3-minute time frame so you could see everything. I saw that the S&P 500 was sitting in pre-market, came on up towards a high of 561 or right around 561. The S&P 500 was sitting on lower highs. So again, we saw lower highs as we were getting up now above 561, and the S&P 500 now showing weakness right next to the start of the day. Now on top of that, the S&P 500 switch on over to a 30-minute time frame, right? And we know that the S&P 500 has been on this very consistent uptrend. This uptrend over on the SPY, as you can see right here, this has been the area that we have been focusing on. Bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play, bounce play. So we got above 560. We have higher or lower highs showing weakness. We have a little bit of a drop right before the start of the day. I was looking to enter at 559.40 and drop on down towards 558. Why 558? Looking for a $1.40 pullback is because, again, we have a bounce play here, bounce play here, bounce play, and looking for a bounce play before we run on up towards around 561. So really what it comes on down to is a 30-minute, again, uptrend that has held the last 6 times in a row. Going back over towards, let's say, pre-market, we can see we have lower highs and weakness right at the start of the day. We take a look over on the daily chart. We have seen that we have spiked the last 9 out of 11 days. We have made back 8% and now looking to see if we're going to have a little bit of a pullback as we're starting to slowly approach the record highs. So those are all the reasons on why I jumped in on the S&P 500 at the start of the day. All right, so that's it. That's all of them right there. Now, again, we will continuously be watching this to see what this is going to be doing next. But really, the next big line or next big area that we see is, again, 563. So S&P 500 still, again, staying smart here, looking for this next possible move. So SPY right now, traders, still again building itself on up. No entries. Any sort of news coming out at 10 o'clock here? Let's just see any sort of news at this moment. I know, again, we posted it yesterday here. So economic calendar. This week's major U.S. economic calendar and report speakers. Monday, we had leading economic indicators. Tuesday here, though, we don't have anything. There is no news that is coming out at 10 o'clock today. No news at 10 o'clock today. Now, as we do know, though, Friday is the big day. Friday is Fed Chairman Jerome Powell Jackson Hole retreat. Friday will be probably the biggest moving day in the market. We got Fed Chairman Jerome Powell out in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, sitting on top of a mountain, wearing nothing but a mink coat, just sitting there like a gangster, saying, hey, let's get ready to cut rates in this upcoming September. I think my prediction is we hit a brand new record high on Friday. My prediction is as Friday comes on up, we could start seeing a little bit of a spike. And then Friday, when Jerome Powell walks on out, Jackson Hole, we got the mountain peaks in the background. He's wearing nothing but, again, a mink coat and puffing on a cigar. You know, one of those old World War II ones with just a little tobacco in it, just, grabbing it and ripping it out of his mouth, saying, yeah, we're going to cut rates coming on up in September. I think that's where, again, the market's really going to squeeze. I think that's where, again, we could see that big time pop and rip and run. Now, on the other hand, if he said we're not going to cut rates, get ready for a big time drop. It's basically S&P 500, hey, we're going to cut rates in September, watch for a spike. Hey, we're not going to cut rates in September, watch for a dump. Right? So that's basically, how we could easily see it going in the future. SPY so far, still trying to push itself on up. SPY so far. 563.50 is the next main line of resistance. INM has been absolute garbage today. Nothing there. TTNP not really doing anything at this moment. PITA also getting weaker, not doing anything. RR getting a little bit of hype. Rich Tech Robotics. Rich Tech Robotics. Robotics, guys, could be a possible little trend moving into the new future. So again, I'm not this guy. I know, again, some of you guys love it here. AI is starting to lose some fire. We already know, again, the trends that we have gone through over the past few years, right? We could think about the trends that have happened. Guys, I could think of 2020 where we had electric vehicles. Anything that has to do with electric vehicles, Tesla went absolutely crazy. I believe NIO went absolutely crazy. Anything that had to do with electricity and electric vehicles went absolutely nuts. Then, and guess what we started seeing? We started seeing anything that had to do with Bitcoin, right? Cryptocurrencies. So we had plays like MARA go crazy. We had plays like RIOT go crazy. I know, again, it's a little bit smaller to see right here, but you can see plays like RIOT went nuts, all the way from $1 all the way up to 80 cents. Things went absolutely crazy, right? Then we had, again, the pandemic hit. And right when the pandemic started happening, guess what everyone started buying? They said, what can you do inside? What can you do indoors? So people said, oh, I'm going to buy Peloton, and Peloton went absolutely crazy. Oh, I'm going to watch movies inside. Okay, so Netflix went crazy. Oh, whatever, again, these indoor activities went crazy. Then people said, well, what about a solution to the pandemic? Oh, well, again, let's go ahead and look for vaccine companies. So mRNA went crazy, right? So again, we went this type of route, looking for vaccines. Then what else started happening? Well, then after that, we started seeing the AI bubble start forming, where again, anything that has the word with artificial intelligence, that starts going crazy. That's where we're currently at with NVDA. And you can see SMCI, these plays going wild and these plays going crazy. But once these ones start falling, what's going to take its place? Is robotics going to take its place? Is, again, hydrogen going to take its place? Is nuclear and uranium going to take its place? Is there going to be some sort of new crypto tech I've never heard of and no one's ever heard of? Is that going to take its place? Is, space travel going to take its place? Is, BRAX, you guys see that thing, right? Or BRICS. You guys see BRICS currency? I didn't even know what this thing was until yesterday. I felt like I was kind of falling behind a little bit. So if you guys never seen this, I was scrolling through social media. What is BRICS currency, and is the US dollar in trouble? So BRICS is the BRICS currency. It's basically, there's like, I forget how many countries, we could see in a second, probably like 25 countries all basically banding together to try to get one formal global currency. I mean, that would make life easy. Imagine if there was just one currency and that was it. So what we have right here, it's like, is the US dollar in trouble? BRICS leaders have said they want to use their national currency more instead of the dollar. Right? So it's basically there's all these countries coming together to be able to make one big currency. And that's, what is starting to happen right here. So the payment system referred to BRICS Bridge would connect members' countries' financial systems using payment gateways for settlements and central banks. So BRICS currency, what countries? So what currency do BRICS countries use? Or what countries, I would say. What BRICS countries are there? I know I'm explaining this like so bad. BRICS is right now Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, and the United Arab Emirates. Now, some people say that this is just going to be nothing. This will never happen. And it might. You guys may 100% be correct that this may never actually happen, right? Because they said that they are looking to be able to do this. This is what they want to do. Basically have one currency. And at the same time, team, you could say, right now, well, can I go out and buy BRICS, right? So buy BRICS currency. And if you want to, you can actually go out and buy BRICS tokens for BRICS currency. And you can see right here, BRICS currency is currently at $15.68. So let's go over the max right here. You can see right here, it was at $7. Then over again, it moved up to $13. Then again, it moved up to all the way up towards around $25. Could this be the next cryptocurrency wave? Could this be the next Bitcoin type of move? Hey guys, this is not just some random token someone has come on out with. This is, again, South Africa, China, India, Ethiopia, Russia, all trying to band together to be able to say, hey, let's have one big currency, a BRICS. And could this turn into something where now, again, maybe a year from now, it's at $100, and then it's at $500 and $1,000, and so on and so forth, where, again, it just keeps on going higher and higher and higher. Who knows, right? Maybe, right? I don't know. Now, some people say that this will never actually happen. Those countries actually will never work with each other. India and China don't work like each other. They're never going to, again, actually make this work. You might be correct, but you know what we actually haven't made work either? All the other millions of cryptocurrencies out there that still people made millions of dollars on. Just because something may not work in the future doesn't mean the hype won't be there. All you need is hype to make money. All you need is hype and excitement to actually make money on an investment. You could have a product that does nothing. But if people think that product will do something in the future, it's going to be fantastic. You could literally have a placebo pill, a pill that has nothing in it whatsoever, and you just market it as this is the best pill ever, this. You could be raising hundreds and millions of billions of dollars from nothing just because of hype or maybe what it will do in the future. Same exact thing with this. This may never actually happen. This may never actually turn into anything whatsoever at all. But if it goes from $15 to $100, if it goes from $15 to $1,000, guess what? You're going to make a lot of money regardless if it works or not. That's, again, part of understanding how investing works. So, something that you may want to keep your eyes peeled on going in the future. So, SMCI, a little bit of a drop right here over on this play. TGL. But I've said this for the last few months, guys. I'm excited for the next wave. I don't care how stupid it is. I don't care what, how crazy it sounds. Whatever the next wave is, I'm going all in. If it, again, the electric vehicles, or again, uranium type of deals, or, if it's whatever hydrogen type of plays, or if it's, BRICS currency, I want to get after it. I want to make some big AI type money here. I want to be able to get in early on something and let one of these plays go. S&P 500, what did we come up to today? 560.84. All right, we'll say again, got to give Fox Runner the flowers, do where it's due right here. That had 561 top resistance. So again, is there a correct answer on when will the reversal be? Where will the reversal be? Unfortunately, no one can predict the future. But what we can do is place the odds in your favor. The closer you get to the record high, the better chance we have of seeing a reversal. This means the closer we get to 565, expect to see sellers move in and less buyers. Today is a day that our analysts are looking for a morning spike above 561 before a pullback. Jerome Powell speaks on Friday, and that will be the next main move in the market. We believe today will be the high until Friday's news. So, let's see what happens going forward. Also, guys, as I always state and as I always say, if you guys, again, want the same broker I have, people are always asking, Dek, how do you have shorts on every single play? How do, again, you getting in and out so fast? The link is in the description of this YouTube video. So click the YouTube link in the description. My, again, broker details are there. Also, if you use my link, you guys do get a ton of discounts because I work closely with Lightspeed. You guys can open up an account with only $2,000. You guys get off on your commissions, all that good stuff. Same exact thing with trade ideas. Trade ideas right here. If you guys, again, want trade ideas, you guys get 15% off with the link in the bio. So again, check that on out. And then again, same exact thing with Fox Runner. If you guys want Fox Runner, link is in the bio. Click the link. You guys get 2 months of access. So make sure everyone goes ahead, checks that on out so you guys are all good, ready to rock. Right here, team, still watching all these moves so that you guys are all good here. S&P 500. 563.50 is the next area that I feel comfortable looking for a possible reversal. Penny stock wise, though, INM has done nothing. INM, the number one top gainer on the day, has done nothing other than fade and fall. TTNP over on this play has done nothing. RR over at this time is one of the best plays. Anything that's going on with this play? The news filter here, RR, let's see here, traders. 1 hour ago did come out with some sort of news. So again, we actually do have news over on RR saying it has installation at one kitchen in Rockford. So announces that it has an installation on one kitchen in Walmart. So they're installing a kitchen at Walmart. So we will keep our eyes peeled over on RR here. So RR getting a little bit of ripping and running, does have the hype right now in the penny stock world. Starting to get a little buying volume, starting to get a little bit of momentum at this time. 10 o'clock has passed already. We are 35 minutes into the market. The S&P 500 is again sitting right at this top area. Let me ask you guys, do you guys see anything that is going crazy at this moment? Do you guys see anything that's spiking, climbing, ripping, running, getting anything going crazy right here? Right now, again, I'm just kind of looking around. I just don't want to miss anything. AMD getting a little of action. AMD not too shabby. So I'll give you that. AMD getting a little bit of action. AMD getting a little bit of momentum, trying to squeeze itself on up. So AMD is doing pretty well here. Dek, can you go over the hot topic trends for, again, the next wave? I mean, again, guys, I don't know what the next wave is going to be. If I knew what the next wave would be, I would 100% tell you and say, take out a loan for $1 million and let's go ahead and invest it and be able to make hundreds of millions of dollars. But basically, the options that it could be. Number one, it would be like self-driving cars. Self-driving cars, guys, where guess what's going to happen? Self-driving cars, where cars are going to basically, you don't need anyone to drive for you. Yeah, imagine this, team. Imagine if everyone had a self-driving car, like fully. We talked about it yesterday with Waymo, right? Where you could jump into an Uber and you don't even have to have anyone actually, again, even driving. It would just take it for you. You could jump on in. It'll do whatever you want here, right? So just like this. This is what Elon Musk is making. This is what Google has already made. Basically, you jump in, go in the back seat, click start ride, and you're in the back seat. There's no one actually driving the car. These are actually live right now in Texas, in Arizona, in San Francisco, where no one drives the car whatsoever, and they just do everything for you. So now, going into the future here, imagine if everyone had this. Now, what are the pros about self-driving cars? Self-driving cars. You want to think about some pros, guys. Well, less accidents. Less accidents. Now you might say, well, Dek, how would you have less accidents? Less accidents right here. There could be more accidents. There could be, right? Because, self-driving vehicles kind of sounds a little crazy. But yes, if they have all the sensors right and everything, we are eliminating human error. Guys, humans make mistakes. Human errors. Guess what we do? We speed. We run red lights, right? We don't stop at stop signs. Don't stop at signs. Guess what else we do? Some people, again, I don't condone this in any way, they drunk drive, right? They, again, swerve for deers, and they don't have good reflexes, right? People don't. So imagine if you could go out and jump in the back seat of your car, type in your address, and again, you fall asleep, you wake up, and you're in your driveway. Right, that's pretty nice. Imagine if every single person had, again, a self-driving car. Guess what you could do? There wouldn't be any human error. All the cars would be sync. All of them have sensors. They'd all stop. They'd all follow the speed limit. You get to your destination. You'd be all set, ready to go. So that could be something that comes on up in the near future. Self-driving cars, again, right now, again, top dogs are going to be Waymo. And obviously, again, Tesla is coming on up in the future. We already talked about Tesla as well. The thing that Elon Musk is trying to do is you can basically have your car work a 9 to 5. We went over this yesterday, where you can, again, go to your job. Your car Ubers itself. It drives around itself. It Ubers people around. And at the end of your job, you call your car back. It made you $200 while you were working. So that's basically Tesla's new game plan, their new business model. Basically, your car makes money for you while, again, you are working. Pretty cool. So that's something that could be cool coming on up. Well, maybe, again, what's another trend? Maybe it's going to be that BRICS, right? All those countries, right? Countries forming that new currency. Maybe that could be something. I have no idea, guys, but maybe, again, write that on down. What else do we have here? Well, a lot of people are talking about uranium. We have seen a lot of uranium plays go on a lot of big rips and runs recently. So what are, again, some of those top uranium stocks? Let me, again, those top uranium plays that people like to look at. Now, again, what does uranium have to do with anything? Well, your uranium stocks, guys, are going to be list of uranium plays. Let me get some of these big ones out here. Let me see here. 1 second. I want to just get the best ones. I know there's a few big ones that, everyone talks about. Well, again, here are some ETFs. Let's just go over some ETFs. URA. How's URA been? I know, again, some of these uranium plays have done pretty well. So, again, URA, uranium, $8 up to $25 over the last 2 years. Not anything too crazy, but it's starting to get there. What about NLR? NLR has gone from $38 up to $80. URNM, uranium. Uranium has gone, over the last few years, has gone from $12 up to $41. Now, Dek, what's uranium? Uranium has to do with, again, nuclear power, right? If you want to think about the timeline that the world has gone through, we have gone from burning wood to, again, burning coal to, again, burning gas to a now, again, what people think is going to be burning or, again, creating uranium. Now, again, why, again, uranium? Well, uranium has to do with what? Energy. Uranium would give us much better energy. We went from burning wood to burning coal to burning gas to now, again, making future things based off uranium. Now, why hasn't we moved towards uranium? It really comes on down to, well, again, gas companies, right? They basically have the majority of the money. If someone ever comes out with any sort of nuclear power plants or uranium, a lot of gas companies would say, hey, we don't want that. Here, we'll give you $100 million. Go again, shoo off. You know, you're set for life. Don't ever do this again, right? So until, again, gas companies switch over to uranium, that's when, again, things would start going crazy. That's where things would start going wild. But that's basically the next step in energy, the next step into where we could be going towards next. So that could be something. What else do we have here? Anything that has to do with space, right? Space travel. A lot of people are very interested in, hey, you ever hear this? A lot of people have heard this before. Who's going to be the first trillionaire? Who's going to be the first trillionaire in the world? Most likely, people say the first trillionaire is going to be whoever can be able to figure out, right? Whoever can figure out how to be able to mine asteroids, right? So the thing is, there are asteroids out there that are literally filled with all, again, the supplies that we need. They fly around in space, and guess what? You can literally see that there are asteroids out there that are just huge, made out of pure diamonds. Well, obviously, they don't look like this, but you know what I mean. There are literally asteroids that are the size of the moon, that are just floating around, that are full of, again, just the pure energy that we'd want, full of diamonds that we would want, full of, you know, this that we'd want, uranium, this, whatever it may be, right? So whoever can figure out how to be able to mine asteroids, that is going to be the first person to probably become a trillionaire. Just gold and all this stuff here. So SpaceX could be something. Maybe, again, space travel where it turns into something, right? People, again, look at that. People also think, well, and maybe not even traveling in space, maybe not even mining asteroids, maybe just getting things into space, such as like Starlink, right? Starlink, you know, because they, again, launch all these satellites into space, and satellites in space could be able to, again, help us be able to get better, identify different things quicker. So what else do we have here? We have self-driving cars, you know, automation. We have bricks. We have uranium. We have space. Well, we also have, again, robotics. Robotics, guys. We know, again, this has to do with AI, right? We know, again, this has to do with AI. We know that this has a lot of hype that has to do with AI. But what else could we be thinking of, right? We have, let's go here. Grab this thing here. Here is a few different robotics, as we know, right? This could be something coming up in the future, as we've talked about before, showing you guys this video before, you know, basically saying, hey, you know what? Imagine if everyone has a little robot in their house coming up in the future, right? What does this have?
What you just did while you pick up this trash?
On it. So I gave you the apple because it's the only edible item I could provide you with from the table.
See, could, you know, that be something? So robotic companies, a lot of people are, again, starting to invest over into robotics. So we have self-driving cars, we have bricks, we have uranium, we have space, we have robotics. People also think maybe, again, something to do with water and hydrogen. Why are people, again, you know, have to do with water and hydrogen? Well, because we are seeing that there is some sort of global change where we are seeing a lot of our fresh water starting to dissolve. So how can you invest into water? Well, again, people are investing into companies that are going to purify water, water from salt water into fresh water, right? So there are, again, you know, different water companies such as AWK. Right? AWK, this is the American Waterworks Company. You know, imagine if water starts getting a very low supply and we need to do something with water. Well, take a look at this, guys. AWK has gone from $17 to $141. Take a look at PHO right here. PHO is Invest in Water Resources. And you guys can see, again, $20 all the way up to $68. So you can literally invest into climate change and be able to make money from it. So you guys can take a look over on that. You know, hydrogen, investing into water and purifying water. So is that the next big trend? I'm starting to run low on trends right here. Is there going to be some sort of new crypto tech? Now, again, we already know there is Bitcoin. We already know that there is Ethereum. We already know there were NFTs. No one really cares about those anymore. But we have Bitcoin, we have ETH, we have NFTs. Is there going to be some sort of new technology that we do not know of right now? Not a coin, not an NFT, but something else that's new, that's going to take over the hype and the market. We will see. Is there going to be, what else do we have here? We can think about this back in the day. The metaverse, right? Put on the goggles, get sucked on in, and again, be able to have again a different world. Will that ever happen? I mean, Mark Zuckerberg's been working on that for like the last 3 years now. We do have the Quest, which is a gaming system, but I wouldn't really consider that like the metaverse yet. But who knows? Maybe that could happen in the future. So it basically is, what do you guys think? You know, let everyone right now in the chat room, type out, what do you like the best out of this list of 8? Do you guys like self-driving cars the best? BRICS currency the best? Uranium the best? SpaceX the best? Robotics the best? Hydrogen the best? Crypto technology the best? Or metaverse the best? These are all potential next upcoming trends. But there could be something that's not on this list, but these are all things that I can see now. What is your favorite? What do you guys think is the best odds? What do you guys think is the best chance of turning into the next hype wave, where one company is going to go from $10 to, again, $500, where a company is going to go from $80 all the way up to $1,000 and is going to go on a 1,000% move over the next year and a half, and everyone's going to be talking about it, just like everyone's talking about AI. What is the next wave, the next thing that everyone's going to be looking at? So it comes down to, we will see. We will see in the future. But those are just some ideas for you. So you can kind of just, you know, keep your eyes peeled and see what's going to be coming on up here next. Guys, S&P 500, take a look. Guys, S&P 500, take a look over on this play. Now, when we take a look over on the SPY at this time, let's go back over towards that 30-minute time frame. We know that there's weakness. How low can the S&P 500 go at this moment? S&P 500 has room to fall down towards 558.20. 558.20 is the next dip buy area. Oh yeah, Dek, what about quantum computing? That is also something you can put out there. Quantum computing, thank you so much. So that was another trend, quantum computing. 558.35, next area, next target, guys. A little heads on up for you. 558.35, next target area. Does everyone see what I see? Again, bounce play, that's your target. Let's go back over to a 1-minute time frame. Stock has a little bit of hype, or a little bit of a support right around this 559 mark. If you want to go on down a little bit more, it's going to be back on down towards around 558.30, 558.20. INM not really doing too much right here. INMD, is that a different play? INMD not doing anything either. So again, out of the penny stocks, nothing again here. INM not doing anything. TGL also not really doing anything. Both these plays pretty weak. Both these plays not really getting any sort of hype at this time. S&P 500, this play again spiked on up, started giving a lot back as we came up towards around that 561 area. So right now, traders, we still have some weakness still forming over on this market. Waiting and watching to kind of see where this, pop and move is going to be heading towards next. SPY staying alert. 10:20, about an hour into the market so far. And we haven't really gotten any sort of monster moves out of any sort of penny stocks. The S&P 500 did have a nice climb on up and a little bit of a drop. Remember, I was looking for a put contract at 559.40 is where I jumped in. Went up too high for me, so got out, and now is looking to be able to fade on down towards, again, 558.30. So this one is getting weaker at this moment. We are definitely still fading. We definitely are still dropping. We definitely still have this weakness at this time. 558.30 is going to be the next bounce play opportunity. Now, if we crack underneath that, we have a lot more room to fall. If we crack underneath that, we have a lot more room of dropping. We have a lot more room of fading even lower and lower and lower. So we do have S&P 500 still trying to hold itself on up. We're looking to see if we are going to. It doesn't look like 563.50 is in play right now. Doesn't look like 563.50 is going to be in play here today. We know that Friday is, again, Jerome Powell Day. That's going to be the biggest day of the week. So your probably biggest gain of the week is going to be coming from Friday. This is him out in Jackson Hole here. Look at this guy. Look at this happy couple over here. Guy got the backgrounds all set on in. Sitting there. About to go skiing. He's dialed. He's ready to go. S&P 500. Don't want to just play the guessing game at this moment. Not going to do that. Don't want to put that, out there. I went on one trade today that I actually really, really liked. Really enjoyed. Really, again, liked the idea. Looking for that reversal and drop on down. One trade pulled the trigger right at the start because that's when, we have some of the most volume and some of the most action. Now, as I said, over the next few days, we will probably have choppiness. Over the next few days, guys, I do think it is going to get rather choppy. And the reason why it's going to start getting rather choppy is because a lot of people are going to start waiting to see what Jerome Powell says. Jerome Powell, he's either saying one or two things. Guys, get ready to cut interest rates, or we're not going to be cutting interest rates. That's basically going to be it. So, you really just have to be thinking about this. If Jerome Powell says, get ready to cut interest rates, what do you think is going to happen? Market's probably going to run up towards a new high. Once again, this is what I think is going to happen, guys. All right? This is what I think is going to happen. I'm going to explain it to you guys right here and right now because I want to give you guys that full overlook. Okay? So, next time you can make big money, Friday. We know Uncle JP, Jerome Powell, he's out here in, again, Jackson Hole, Wyoming. He's, again, out with the mountains. He's skiing, having a great time. On Friday, he's going to make a speech. And this speech, he's either going to say, we are going to be cutting rates, finally, in September, or we are not going to. Cutting rates, or we are not going to. Obviously, if we do cut rates, what do you think is going to happen? The market's going to explode towards the upside. If we don't cut rates, people are going to be very upset and the market's going to dump all the way back on down. Now, I think that this hype from cutting rates is going to last a few days, probably all next week. I think we could be going all the way on up towards around 565, but then all the way up towards 570, 580, 590. I think that this is going to be the announcement people have been waiting for, so things are going to get a lot of hype. Now, the day of interest rate cuts, that is where I think the market starts turning. So, I think this is going to be one big case of buy the hype, sell the news. So buy the hype, sell the news. And it's going to be, hey, we're going to cut interest rates soon. Jerome Powell says we are going to cut interest rates. Everyone ready to cut interest rates? In September, the market starts turning, the market starts dropping. So I think it's going to be buy the hype, sell the news after, again, Friday with Jerome Powell out here in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Get it together, understand what we have. Going to be choppy the next few days. Friday's going to be a big day. Watch for a spike. Spike lasts for about a week. Cut rates. We start dropping. Buy the hype, sell the news. That's my game plan. Right now, S&P 500 still, again, fading on down here slightly. SPY at this time, traders. Still getting a little bit of a pullback. SPY at this time still fading on down. I need to see a little bit more movement, right, guys? I want to see a little bit more hype. TTNP finally just got a little bit of a spike. TTNP, any sort of news over here, over on this play? I kind of want to see what's going on. TTNP, I'm looking for something to stand up. I'm looking for something to get a little bit crazy. So take a look, TTNP right here. Go ahead and break this thing on down. Go over towards news. We can see Monday came out with news. We had an 8K filing and we had a 425. What's the 8K filing here? So we did have news last night. We had TTNP enters into a merger agreement. So we do have enters into merger agreement over on TTNP. Okay. Not too bad, not too shabby. This is getting a little bit of this is getting some hype because of that. So TTNP has gone from $8, now has shot up towards around the price of $14. This stock is also a low float play, under 1 million in float, and we just haven't really seen a big time spike today. There's part of me that says, hey, Dek, let's just jump into TTNP because it's underneath 1 million in float. We haven't seen any sort of big time spike. I feel like a lot of traders are kind of saying, hey, I'm bored. I want to see a big time rip and run. And people are trying to get some action. You know, I got you. People are trying to get some action here and trying to get, you know, that next leg. Now, obviously, buying a stock, though, that's up 175% at $15 resistance is going to be a little bit sketchy, is going to be a little bit scary. The next LULD is going to be at $14.99, which is going to be right next to those highs. We can buy in on it, and I like the idea to buy in and try to run with a low float. There hasn't been a big play yet today, but I am fearful with 185% gain already next to $15 resistance. So TTNP at this moment, traders. Let's again watch this play, see if it's going to be able to go on any sort of big spike, rip, and run. Most likely, if I do, I'm only going to do 500 shares. I don't want to do 1,000 shares, put in about $7,000 into an investment, and see if this play can be able to spike and go crazy here. But right here, traders, I don't want to get caught up if all of a sudden this thing just dumps right back down to $12, as we haven't seen much spike today. And on top of that, we know $15 is going to be strong resistance. I'm looking for a hype. I'm looking for action. I'm looking for momentum, but I want to do it the right way. See, that's not what I want to get caught up in. I don't want to get caught up in buying, looking for a $15 breakout, and next thing you know, we're back in the 12s. That's a quick way to lose money. Back at 1280 now. 1280, 1270, 1230. It's about to get halted on the downside. All right, see? Don't want to pull the trigger. Guys, penny stocks are not looking good today. Stay away from breakouts right now. It seems like everything that's breaking on out is just getting a quick little reversal right back on down. It looks like everything that is spiking on up is getting a reversal right back on down. It looks like everything that's spiking and moving itself on up is just getting a reversal on a fade. I don't want you guys getting involved in INM on the long side, not good. I don't want you guys getting involved over on the long side on TTMP, not good. Even RRR cracking its VWAP right now, going on the bearish side. STEC, not enough volume. PITA, not good. Don't get involved in these plays. Let's take a look over on the S&P 500. S&P 500 has been a little bit choppy. Stock again spiked on up, dumped on down. Now again being a little choppy. We know we have room to be able to fade and fall back on down. 30-minute time frame. 30-minute time frame over here. Watch the bounce play at 558.20 still. 558.20 is still the best dip buy, still the best bounce area. Once you get a bounce off of 558.20, that's where you could start, getting a little bit more hype. I went after one trade today, went after it, pulled the trigger. Unfortunately, didn't work on out. But the thing is, where do we open up on today? Today, the S&P 500 opened up at 559.15. Guys, where are we at right now? At 559.15. So far it's been an hour and we're at the same exact area where we started. No penny stocks have broken on out, and it's been an hour on the S&P 500 and we are at the same exact area we started. Guys, for me, you got to be careful. It might not be a big trading day today. It might not be a big trading day today. It might not be a day we want to pull the trigger. It might not be a day we want to be getting after it here. Might not be an opportunity for us. So the last thing we ever want to do is jump in on plays where we are saying to ourselves, hey, you know what? We are only hurting ourselves at this moment. Let's make sure we are being smart. Let's make sure we're doing the right thing. Let's make sure, again, we're putting ourselves in the best positions possible. GTI, look at that, guys. GTI, massive spike, massive dump. As quickly as that thing spikes on up is as quickly as it's coming right back on down. Market is just being boring for us right now. SPY, not there. What are you guys thinking? What's your mindset thinking right now, team? What's your mindset? What are you guys doing at this moment? Traders, I will say this. I will go live again over on YouTube tomorrow, just because we're not getting that hype. We're not getting that action. We're not getting that big volume that I want. I want to excite you guys. I want you guys getting paid. I want you guys getting profitable. I want you guys making that money. I want you guys dancing up and down and saying, this is the best experience of my life. I know right now this is not the best experience of your life. Right now, again, I'm trading. I don't want to be looking at the clock and saying, oh man, what the... I want to be in the zone. I want to be getting after it. I want to be making cash. That's what it's all about here. So the thing is, traders, at this moment, we know the SPY still has room to fall. If it cracks the trend line, we might get a big sell-off. But other than that, there's no penny stocks. There's no big blue chips. The S&P 500 is only 20 cents down from where it started. I'm just not seeing anything that's, again, worth jumping in on at this moment. I don't want to pull the trigger just to trade, just because I know people will follow me. And then I know, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to lose. You are going to lose. No one's happy here. So the thing is, traders, I would rather say everyone at this moment, stay smart. Bring it back on in. Bring those trades on in right now. Let's keep our funds. Let's not put ourselves in bad positions. Let's, again, watch. Let's wait. Let's research. Let's use our head. And let's do the right thing. Does that sound like a better plan? I know, again, as a mentor, as someone that's live on the stream here, if you're someone that you guys look up to, I want to teach you guys how to make money in the stock market. But I also want to teach you guys how to be disciplined in the stock market. I want to teach you guys when to attack and when to be confident and when to pull the trigger. But I also want you guys to realize, hey, there are times that maybe I shouldn't pull the trigger. Maybe there are times that I don't want to just jump on in. Market conditions are going to change. There's going to be better times in trade than other. Right now, it is not a great time to trade. So guys, let's do this. Let's give it about, 45 minutes to an hour. I am going to jump back on the mic on tradecaster.com at the time of 11:30. At 11:30, I'm jumping back on the mic. I'm going to, again, do a recap. Let's see if we have anything going on. And then, of course, we will go from there. But right now at this moment, team, it's just not even worth pulling the trigger. It's not even worth getting involved in. It's, again, we just want to stay as smart as we possibly can. So at 11:30, I'm going to jump back on the mic. We're going to go over absolutely everything, see if there's anything new, and then we'll adjust and look to see if we can still look for trades. Okay? So, guys, ending the YouTube live stream, but going live over on Tradecaster, as I always do, so that we're all set. But as always, I just want to say thank you so much for everyone who has joined us on this morning. Every day we are coming at you. Every day we are crushing it. Every day we're having fun. I know Kush right now is live over in the summer boot camp as well. Keep this party going. Keep this volume going. Keep this action going. And ladies and gentlemen, stay excited, stay enthusiastic, stay hungry, and every single day, let's again push ourselves to become better. I love working with you guys. I love being here. Help me again wrap this thing on up. You guys know the drill as always. Let's get after it here, team. In 3, 2, 1. Ah-hoo! I love you. Thank you, traders. And again, let's get back after it, coming on up in, I would say an hour to see if anything changes and we actually have some new opportunities. All right? Thank you, guys. I love you. I'll see you guys back here in 60 minutes. Did you make money today? Did you make a profit today? Did you come out on top today? I'm the Batman.
I got this question the other day. Why are you successful?
So I ball so hard, motherfucker.
$1,000 profit today.
The first niggas gotta find me.
$700.
$50,000 to a motherfucker like me. Can you please remind me? Ball so hard, this shit crazy. Y'all know that don't shit phase. And as we go,
lock it on up.
Too, when I look at you like this shit crazy. Ball so hard, this shit weird. We ain't even pro be here.
1,400.
It's only right that we be fair.
Who's ready for $1 million a year?
You should be asking how to be successful.
Tyson, Jordan, Game 6.
Sometimes I get a good feeling, yeah.